How's it going, everybody? It's Jim. July 25th is the day that the $600 unemployment boost is set to run out. So if you have the opportunity to go back to work and you decide not to take it to stay on unemployment, there's a good chance that that offer will be off the table when you want to go back to work. Now, with everything going on in the world, as far as the economy and the employment side of things, the worst has honestly yet to come. With almost 40 million people currently on unemployment, we're going to see the most competitive job markets in the history of America. Now, there are some studies showing that 42% of everybody who's on unemployment will probably end up losing their jobs permanently altogether. That's about 17 million people permanently out of a job. And that's kind of being conservative because as time goes on, those numbers will probably grow a little higher and be up to 50 million, which means there's gonna be 20 million people permanently out of a job. On top of that, it's estimated that only about 10% of you guys actually smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, that's just a horrible ratio, guys. We gotta fix that. Come on, we could be better than that. Go ahead and smash the like button right now for the YouTube algorithm. It really does help out my channel tremendously. As you may know, a lot of people right now receiving unemployment are getting more on unemployment than if they were working their normal job. In fact, it's reported that about 63% of people receiving that extra $600 a week are making more on unemployment than their normal job. Now, I know that may seem a little strange considering that a lot of people still are waiting for an unemployment checks, and a lot of people have been working every day like nothing has happened with no extra incentive and no extra compensation for them staying at work. But this was done for a few reasons. Now, the goal here was to try to supplement people's income. This way they wouldn't have to go to work and we could practice social distancing and therefore slow the spread of this illness. Now, this was a really good idea, but with anything, there were some flaws in it because there was no way to precisely figure out how much to give every single person. So they just kind of threw a number at it and figured, well, some people benefit more than others. Some people are going to get a little more. Some people are going to get a little less. So this extra boost in unemployment did have a really good impact on the American people. It allowed people to stay home and not feel forced to go to work. This way they could practice their social distancing and slow the spread of the illness. But now we're starting to show a number of problems as we start to reopen the country. The first problem with this is that it has an expiration date, which is the end of July. Now, this is going to propose a huge issue to all the people out there who've gotten used to receiving those extra checks, $600 every single week. And currently there's no plan set to take place of this. And the next issue, and probably the biggest issue, is people don't want to go back to work. And the reason behind that is simple. They're making more money on unemployment than if they were at their normal job. Dave Ramsey brings up a really good point in his video about a Forbes article where people are literally asking to be laid off because they're making more money on unemployment than if they were working. Listen to his response on this and brace yourself, it gets a little loud.
This is from Forbes. An unintended, unexpected consequence of the multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package is that workers are asking to be laid off.
Yeah.
Or reluctant, asking to be laid off.
Right. Well, look at the minimum wage, $15
Or reluctant
an hour.
to go back to work after being furloughed in an effort to help people financially cope with their job losses. Not to disparage anyone, but it's enticing for a person to be asked to be laid off so they can earn more money than they were making at work.
So the states are starting to open up, the businesses are starting to open up, but the businesses can only operate with employees. And when the employers call up and say, hey, time to go back to work, people are just saying no. That's like a whole nother issue these small businesses are facing now, right? Because they can't reopen. And at the end of the day, the small businesses are the backbone to our economy. So if you do tell your employer you don't want to go back to work because you're making more on unemployment, you may be in for a shocking response. Listen to what Ken Coleman has to say about this. He's the guest in Dave Ramsey's show.
Well, you're looking at July 25th, folks. That is going to run out. And so you're really hedging your bets here that you've told your employer, you know what, I make more money staying at home than I do working, and they may replace you.
This is a point that I think a lot of people tend to overlook. A lot of people get comfortable with the job and they tend to think that they're invincible and that the company can't run without them, right? But the reality is, guys, everybody out there is replaceable. I don't care who you are. I mean, will it be easier to just keep that person signed up and not have to rehire somebody else and train them? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, if you need somebody to work, you need somebody to work. You will get replaced. It's going to especially be easier to do that right now because of how competitive these job markets are, right? Like I said, about 42% of people on unemployment are going to be permanently out of a job. The $600 boost was definitely done with good intentions and it did serve the people very well. But now that it's time to go back to work, we're going to see a lot of issues come down with this thing. I mean, like I said before, there's going to be tens of millions of people fighting over jobs left and right.
Yeah, if you can't find a job right now, it's you ain't looking.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's hiring and everybody's opening up and they're desperate for you to come back to work.
Yeah.
And you know, this may not be such a bad thing, right? I mean, think about it. This could be a tremendous opportunity for you right now to find a new job, find a new career, change path, change directions, it could be a really great opportunity, but it could also be a bad opportunity for somebody else to come up behind you and scoop your job up if you're not fast enough. Ken Coleman gives a great example of this at the end of Dave Ramsey's video.
Current numbers are 36.5 million people unemployed. Now watch this, folks. Let's just round that down to 30 million for just some simple math. In the coming weeks and months, let's say that 30 million people, on average, each person submits 5 resumes. I think that's really, really low based on the data. That's 150 million resumes flooding the marketplace. Let's put it up to 10. You're doing the math with me. That's 300 million resumes. I think it's closer to 20 and more, 600 million resumes. So if you're playing this July 25th, I'm going to stay home.
Is LinkedIn going to break?
I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, you could really hurt yourself if you've got an opportunity to go back to work and go back to work is my point.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my point.
The other people are going to get your job, and then when this runs out, they're not going to be. Oh, that's a good point.
I think that's where it backfired.
As it is right now, there's no plan out there set to replace the $600 unemployment bonus. There is the one proposal from the Senate, which would give you $450 back to work bonus incentive. But that has its own issues, which we'll be covering in another video, so make sure you subscribe right now and turn the bell notifications on so you don't miss out on that. Now, I just wanted to point something out, guys. The people making more money on unemployment than they are their normal job, that is completely out of their control, so don't look down on them for that. They can't do anything about it. It's just how the system is working. What do you guys think about this? Should the government extend the $600 a week unemployment past July? Let me know in the comments down below right now. I really appreciate getting your feedback, and it's because of you guys doing the things that you do, like commenting on my videos and smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm, that I'm able to do what I do. So I can't thank you guys enough for supporting my channel. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I'm gonna assume that you probably enjoyed it. So why don't you show me that you did? Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm if you haven't done so already. And don't forget, guys, while you're down there, go ahead and hit that little red rectangle down there in the corner. This way, you don't miss out on all my videos that I post. And if you want to take it one step further, then hit the bell notification. This way, your phone rings when I post a video. I wish everybody to stay safe and healthy out there right now during these crazy times. I wish you guys the very best. And if you're still waiting on any financial aid, I hope it comes your way. Just be patient and hang in there. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm Jim Leadus, and I hope to see you on the next one.